China's government has reportedly ordered its domestic airlines to stop accepting deliveries of Boeing jets and to halt purchases of aircraft parts from the U.S.
Boeing makes airplanes. They had a big problem with one, but they make the greatest airplanes. They make the best airplanes in the world. They had the problem with one.
Boeing says it's operating in what it considers the most complex environment it's seen since World War II, from record demand for commercial jets and defense platforms to strains in the supply chain.
A quiet corporate decision has exploded into a global flashpoint. Boeing, long celebrated as the crown jewel of American aerospace, signaled plans to shift part of its production line to Mexico, and in Washington, alarms went off. The U.S. Commerce Department swiftly launched a Section 232 national security probe into imported aircraft, engines, and parts, the same mechanism used in past trade wars to justify sweeping tariffs. Industry leaders, including the Aerospace Industries Association, AIA, issued a stark warning. New tariffs could jeopardize air safety and destabilize the supply chain that keeps the world's airlines flying. Then came the blow from China. One of Boeing's largest markets froze orders. In at least one case, a Boeing 737 MAX bound for a Chinese airline was sent back to the U.S., a symbolic reversal that rattled investors. All this unfolded while Boeing was still struggling to rebuild trust after the Alaska Airlines MAX 9 door plug blowout in January 2024. The NTSB found missing bolts, sparking hearings and renewed scrutiny of Boeing's safety culture. And in space, Boeing's Starliner capsule stumbled. In March 2025, NASA astronauts were forced to return to Earth aboard SpaceX's Dragon, leaving Boeing's space program red-faced. If you value verified, link-backed reporting, stay with us and hit subscribe to support independent journalism. Tonight, we tackle 3 questions shaping Boeing's future. How has Washington's tariff posture squeezed Boeing? What does China's retaliation and Latin America's demand mean for its order book? Can Boeing repair its most fragile currency, public trust? The backdrop. In May 2025, the U.S. Commerce Department launched a Section 232 probe into aircraft and engines. These investigations, rooted in national security law, can result in steep tariffs. Trade groups argued civil aviation had historically been tariff-free since the 1979 Civil Aircraft Agreement, and breaking with that tradition could unravel decades of global supply chain stability. New tariffs could put air safety and the supply chain at risk. AIA letter via Reuters. Then came China's retaliation. A Boeing 737 MAX, ready for delivery, was flown back to Seattle, caught in tariff crossfire. U.S. carriers were nervous too. Delta Airlines warned that if tariffs on foreign aircraft or parts rose further, it would reconsider buying non-U.S. jets. Europe offered a small buffer. A July 2025 U.S.-EU framework exempted some aircraft parts from tariffs. It kept repair shops and supply chains barely functional, but uncertainty still loomed. Meanwhile, Boeing's pivot thesis gained momentum. Latin America and Southeast Asia offered growth. Boeing projected Mexico alone could require 600 to 800 new aircraft by 2045, a staggering demand runway. For deeper analysis like this, backed with global sources, support our channel by subscribing. Section 232 means uncertainty. Even the hint of tariffs disrupts just-in-time aerospace parts. Avionics from Canada, engines from the UK, composites from Japan, all risk new duties. Airlines like Delta warned, if tariffs make foreign planes costlier, U.S. fleets shrink and connectivity weakens. In April, one 737 MAX bound for China was returned to the U.S., a symbol of political fallout. By June, Reuters tracked a thaw. A delivery to China slipped through, showing how policy shifts directly toggle airline schedules. The EU deal gave exemptions on some aircraft parts, offering breathing space. Still, planners now factor multi-scenario inventories, tying up cash and spare parts, raising costs across fleets. Mexico's projected demand, 600 to 800 jets by 2045. Rapid urbanization, low-cost carriers, and tourism mean steady growth. But these are price-sensitive markets. Airbus and China's COMAC are aggressively pitching. Alaska Airlines. Flight 1282. A MAX 9-door plug blew out mid-flight. NTSB found missing bolts. FAA grounded MAX 9s and capped Boeing production. The NTSB's June 2025 Aviation Investigation Report, AIR 2504, formalized failures. March 2025, NASA astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore returned aboard SpaceX Dragon after Boeing's Starliner faced technical failure. Symbolically, this dented Boeing's brand at the cutting edge of human spaceflight. Total cost of ownership matters. Tariffs raise lease rates and MRO costs. For low-fare carriers, even small increases break models. AIA stresses, aerospace has been a $75 billion trade surplus sector. Tariffs risk flipping that into a deficit. Diversification, balancing China exposure with Latin America orders. Transparency, after NTSB findings, documentation and QA must be airtight. Reputation, every contract, every delivery now doubles as a referendum on trust. The loudest headlines scream tariffs, but the quiet detail? Exemptions. The US-EU deal gave relief on some aircraft parts, letting repair networks keep functioning. Another twist. China's behavior isn't binary. Deliveries reversed in April, partially thawed in June. And the deepest twist? Global aerospace is never just made in America. Avionics from Canada, carbon fiber from Japan, titanium from Russia is an international puzzle. Disturb one stream and safety error rates climb. Could radical transparency be Boeing's ultimate defense, more powerful than lobbying? Boeing's next chapter rests on 3 pillars. Transparency. After missing bolts and NTSB hearings, Boeing must make safety processes visible. Mexico and Latin America's demand is real. 600 to 800 new aircraft forecast. After astronauts rode Dragon instead of Starliner, Boeing must prove it can deliver safely and consistently. Policy risk hasn't gone away. Section 232 remains open, and AIA keeps warning tariffs risk safety. This story isn't just about one company. It's a test case for every multinational caught between national loyalty and global reality. The stakes couldn't be higher. For fact-driven reporting with sources on screen, subscribe to our channel. The best viewer comment will be pinned.